So I had thoughts of suicide,
Okay,
but I didn't act on it. So what happened was I was going through some emotional issues, relationship issues with my friends, and health issues throughout 2015. And then, but I was still coping, because I was still coping. But by 2016, I was hit by a financial crisis.
Okay.
And so when this financial crisis hit, I panicked. It's like, okay, this is the worst thing that can happen to me. I'm having financial crisis. Then the number 2 person that was bringing money into the company now resigned.
Wow.
So I think when she called me, like, oh, she's so sorry, you're like a father to me, but I have to go. So by the time I got on the coal bridge, I just looked at the side of the water and I thought, if I just, then everything will be okay. I will not have to feel this heaviness in my heart. That was what it was. I just wanted to stop feeling so sad.
A to the U to the N to the T to the Y to the A to the Y to the O. Aunty Ayo is in the house. You are welcome to Real Life with Aunty Ayo. My name is Ayo Adesanya. And like I said, you're welcome to another episode of Real Life with Aunty Ayo. Who do I have in the house with me today? So this is a show where we sit with real stories, real emotions, and the journey that shaped us. Today we're having a conversation with a man whose life has touched culture, media, politics, and the emotional well-being of a generation. I don't want to use one and only, but it is truly one and only. Chude Jideonwo, a media giant, a storyteller, a cultural force. But yet somehow a remarkably simple and grounded man. Truly simple, oh, truly, truly simple. Today we're going beyond the headlines, beyond the fame, beyond the impact. This is Real Life with Aunty Ayo. This is Chude Jideonwo. Unfiltered. You're welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I need to be here.
Like I said, I'm a fan of the show. Okay. Congratulations on it. It has a distinct flavor from what everybody else is doing. It's so powerful.
Oh, thank you. My head will be swelling for no reason. Sincerely. Yeah. Okay, so firstly, I know we have a couple of questions for you, but this is sincerely for me. And the last time I saw you, I was at the receiving end. And I poured my heart out.
Yes.
You were the one asking the questions. Yeah. I don't know how you did the magic and you hit the nail, the go on the head. Yeah. But I don't know how you did it, but you brought out all the emotions. Because sincerely, your show was the first time I opened up. I had never done it before, ever. Yes. But I was able to say, to talk about it. How did you do that? What did you do to me? Because today, you're in my heart.
Yes.
The roles are reversed today. Yes. So, what did you do?
I mean, I don't know. I think that I have the gift of asking the right questions.
You do.
But I think it's also because I'm genuinely interested. Okay. So I'm not just doing it as a job.
Okay.
So any question I asked you on air is what I've been wanting to ask you as your fan.
Okay.
Just watching you and I'm thinking, what happened? Where did she get back from? So I think that's what. And it's spirit to spirit. If you feel like it's authentic, okay, then you respond authentically.
And truly, you did a wonderful job. You did it amazingly.
Thank you
once again. So now,
yes,
like I said, the roles are reversed. So you're the hot seat. Yes. Okay, so my first question is, you are the media giant, and yet you're very simple. What shaped you?
Right.
What exactly shaped you? Why are you like this?
Why am I like this?
Why are you like this?
I love it. I think that is two things. One, first of all, I always say there are some things I cannot take credit for. I was just born like that. So it's just, maybe it's how my parents raised me. I'm sure my mother was humble, simple, authentic. My dad was just an amazingly good human being. So I think those two people shaped me as I was growing up. And I think that when I was growing up, I met many people who were kind to me. Mm-hmm. Many people were kind to me. I've experienced wickedness. We all experience wickedness. But the things I remember are the kindness. I remember when I used to live in Kpako Aguda in Ijesha. Okay. And when we come to Bako Aguda bus stop every morning, to my mother would want to put me in a bus. And there was a man who just saw this mother and her child and just picked us up, and just took us to school. And every morning he would tell us, just stay here, wait for me and I'll pick you up. And then after some time, he would now take me to a place called Little Chef. He would buy me food. He didn't know me. He didn't know us. They asked for anything. And I met people like that all through my life. They were simple. They were direct. And I think that they inspired, and because there are so few of them in the world and so few of them in Nigeria, I think they inspired me to want to be. I tell people that, I respect RMD a lot. And they say, why? So when I was a producer on New Dawn with Fumi and one day I invited RMD on the show. He's finished interviewing me. He has finished being interviewed by Fumi. And I'm working out as a producer. Of course, I'm 17, 18. I don't have a car or anything. I'm working out Tejo NTA Channel 10. I'm working out RMD is driving his big Jeep at the time, his biggest star in the country. And he stops and parks. I says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Google bus stop, wherever. He says, jump in, I'll take you there.
Wow.
I'm telling
Just
you.
like that.
Just like that. So people like that made an imprint in my mind. And I'm like, I want to be that. The way I've told the RMD story, I want a younger person to tell that story about meeting me and helping them choose to be simple.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Thank you, Daddy and Mommy, because I'm sure maybe you've prayed somehow, because, sometimes you attract goodness.
Yes.
Possibly because your parents, they're good, or, one way or the other. So, Daddy and Mommy, thank you so much. Okay, so, we're going to be a little bit emotional right now. At some point in your life, you almost committed suicide. I want you to tell me about that experience.
Right. So I tried to differentiate for people. So I had thoughts of suicide,
Okay,
but I didn't act on it. So what happened was I was going through, as I write in my book, I was going through some emotional issues, relationship issues with my friends, and health issues throughout 2015. And then, but I was still coping, because I was still coping. I was joking because I could still cry in business class. So
that's the coping.
It was okay. But by 2016, I was hit by a financial crisis.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, I started working I said I was 17 when I was producing New Dawn. I started working at the age of 15. And so I wrote my first book at the age of 14. It was published at the age of 15. So by the time I was writing my WAEC, I was already a published author. Now, from then, my life had been up.
So can I just ask you, what course did you do in school?
In Lag, I did law.
Okay.
I did law. Okay. So I was my life was up. It was 2016 was the first time that I saw my life going down.
Okay.
Financially, economically, in terms of the business, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So it was like, this was the last straw. So it's like everything had been building up. And I realized that one of my greatest fears was the fear of poverty, which is many of us fear in Nigeria.
Yes.
And my identity was tied to being a success.
Okay.
And so when this financial crisis hit, I panicked. It's like, okay, this is the worst thing that can happen to me. And it was getting worse month 1, month 2, by month 3, entered into clinical depression.
Dived.
And yes. So it continued for a few months and I kept struggling, kept trying to get out of it. Depression is a terrible thing. Because,
it is.
Yes.
I know. With all 1 point.
Yes, God touch it, yes. It's like, I tell people that depression is like darkness. You feel darkness in your heart, but then it's also, you are inside the darkness that is in your heart. There's no way of escaping it. And so you are struggling, you are trying to get better, you're trying to smile, you're trying to be happy, you're trying to move, and you can't move. And so I think, as I shared in the book, at some point, I was just tired. I think I was driving home from VI, Eco Atlantic, going to my place. I was staying in Surulere at the time. Okay. And, something had happened. So I'm having financial crisis. Then the number 2 person that was bringing money into the company now resigned.
Wow.
So I think when she called me, like, she was so sorry, you're like a father to me, but I have to go. So
that's it.
Exactly. So the weight was so heavy. So by the time I got to the Eco Bridge, I just looked at the side of the water and I thought, if I just, then everything will be okay. I will not have to feel this heaviness in my heart. That was what it was. I just wanted to stop feeling so sad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So this depression, how long did it go on for? And you said there was no guide. And the time that you got help, where did it come from?
Right. fantastic. So first, I think it took about 3 months. I think it took about three to 4 months was when the depression stayed. And I got help in two ways. One is that I went to therapy. So I met, I had,
Are they wait though? Are
yes,
there therapists in Nigeria?
yes, they are. And good ones too. Not a lot, but they
So
are.
how do people make use of them?
Yeah, well, people don't make use of them enough.
Why?
And many people, well, because I'm in the media, so most of my friends are media people, so they're always afraid of sharing their story with Nigerian therapists, understandably.
Okay.
So most people use international therapists,
Okay.
virtual therapists.
Okay, but then would they be able to understand
Exactly.
the situation if you
I'm
go
lucky.
to international, if you use
I'm
international
lucky. I'm
therapists?
lucky to have met Dr. Abiri, who's a psychiatrist and a psychologist at the same time,
Okay.
And I like to say that she works at Yaba.
Wow.
So, I like to say that so that there's no stigma in going to meet a therapist, going to get help at the Yaba Psychiatric Hospital. There are rich people, billionaires who go there and get help, who have consultants come to their house to get them help. And so I was lucky. I think that it was helpful for me that she was a Nigerian and she understood the context of Nigeria. So I encourage people to, if they can, to find, there are a number of great therapists in Nigeria. Yes, the risk is real of finding a therapist who just but, and if you're not a celebrity, then there's nothing to be worried about. There are a lot of good therapists. And my friends, when they reach out to me and strangers, I'm always recommending therapists that I can vouch for to them.
Okay.
So my friend who was a medical doctor was one that recommended this therapist.
Okay.
And so I first met her in 2015 because I went through heartbreak and blah, blah, blah. And so, but it was not depression then. It was just that I was sad. I was trying to cope with this.
Okay.
But then when this thing happened in 2016, I knew that this was something more serious because I couldn't function. I couldn't go to work. There was at least normal sadness. You can come in and out of it.
I was going to ask that. Yes. What are little signs of depression,
Yes.
The so, most severe ones. What do you really see?
When the darkness never lifts. So sadness is normal. All of us get sad.
Yes, at some point.
Yes. So if you have a rhythm of sadness, happy moments, sad moments, happy moments.
Which I think that is how life is.
That's how life is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how life is. The problem is if you stay in the sadness, if the sadness doesn't leave, if you wake up sad, you're going to work sad.
Nothing excites you. You're not looking forward to anything.
Nothing. That's when there is a problem. And now, so even that, it might not even be an illness yet. It becomes an illness, but that, it can be an illness, it may not be an illness. Now, if it now affects you doing your work, taking care of your children, taking care of your wife.
You can't function.
Then that is now when
you're not doing your daily chores, you're not living.
Not meeting your responsibilities, you're not
living. You're meeting your responsibilities,
yes. Once that happens, it is officially an illness.
Okay.
So for me, I didn't know that at the time. So I couldn't function, I couldn't go out. I think one day my PA came to my house and everything was dark, the windows, they had to break through the door to come in.
Wow.
I didn't want to talk to anybody, I didn't want to see anybody else. So at that point, I knew that I had to see
intervention has to come.
Yes. So even though I didn't want to go back to her because I felt that she had done her therapy, I feel like I had, bless you, I feel like I had failed. Like, why are you, but I still went back to her because when you have problem, you
just have to look for solution now.
Yes. So she helped me. That was the first thing. Yeah. Second thing that helped me was prayer. The prayer was very powerful. And it wasn't just the kind of, I always joke, we always pray this prayer, Father Lord, eternal rock of ages, lion of the tribe. You don't have problem yet.
You don't have it
If
yet.
you have problem, like, oh, no. So for me, all the prayers I used to pray before, when I became depressed, I had to pray honestly to God. I'm like, I'm tired. Help me. I'm tired. And that's when I discovered speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues was very powerful for me.
Yes.
Because there's a part in the Bible where it says, we don't even know how to pray as we ought. That means life has become so heavy, you don't even know what to say. And I think that's when the most honest prayers come, when you are not performing, when you are really speaking to God. So at that point, I didn't know what to say again. So I started speaking in tongues, started worshiping. And one day in prayer, God said to me I should go and meet Fela Durotoye.
Okay.
Who is a popular business consultant, pioneer, motivational speaker. And I was like, no, God, no. Fela, Fela. Let me go and meet Pastor Sam Adeyemi, I said, no, Fela Durotoye. This was in prayer. I said, okay, okay, let me go and meet Tara.
Okay.
And God said, no, Fela Durotoye. So I said, okay. So I went and met Fela Durotoye. I went with my friend, my best friend at the time. And then he was, so that's where, so anyway, in the book I share what Fela said to me. So I asked him, why is God abandoning me? Why is nothing working? And he told me that God was going to use this experience to transform my life. So he told me that he had physical goosebumps, and he drew me a diagram and he signed it and said, Chude, you come back to this diagram. That diagram is the only diagram in this book.
Wow.
He said, Chude, you think that there's no reason for this, but God is going to use it. And when I left his house and I got into my car, I felt happiness for the first time in 3 to 5 months. Yeah.
You know, this prayer part that the God factor that you mentioned, you cannot underemphasize it. Let me just say it that way. And I know that is it's actually a big thing in people's lives.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I know that, having a journey with Christ, because I know there are Muslims too, there are other religions. Having a partnering with God is just the best form of partnership you can have in life.
Yes.
You will always succeed.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that.
Thank
I that part really got me,
Right.
and I just had to talk about it. You quit your job as CEO. What were you running from, and do you regret stepping down? And like I heard somewhere that you like forming businesses, as in, bringing up businesses, and at the end of the day, you step back and you let others take the wheels. I mean, why this?
Right. Well, 2 reasons. No, I've never. So first, chapter 9 and 10 of my book are very important, because when people see the success of Chude, they think that it was all planned, because we have been successful before, I was going to succeed again. That's not how life is. The fact that you succeed in one thing doesn't mean you're going to succeed in the next. And so when I quit my job at Red, I knew that was what I was supposed to do. I heard it in one morning when I was doing my prayer walk. I heard that it's time to quit your job, and next day I told my co-founder, Adesanya Williams, it's time to go. So I knew, and when I know that something is right, when I feel peace in my spirit, when I know, there's the way you there's no argument, you just know that this is a decision. So yes, I knew I had peace, but then things got, when you are trying to build something new, things are tough.
Obviously,
Yes.
definitely. It's
I know
always like
Nigeria is a funny country, and people will be praising you today, then tomorrow if you go, they just move on. They don't even remember the things you've done before.
And they look for the next available
The next
person that
available.
is serving the same purpose, or almost the same purpose. It may not even be up to that purpose you are serving, or you were serving.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they move on.
People move on.
Move on. So it shocked me how fast people moved on.
How fast they switched.
Yes, I tell people that when that year I got like less than 25% of the normal Christmas gifts I used to get as CEO.
Wow.
So now I realized that people were not loyal to me as a person, they were loyal to the position. And so the new CEO was the one getting all the gifts. And so it was tough. And then I started doing my work. Nothing was working for 3 years. I quit in 2020, in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. I was trying things in this new field. But it's like asking, did I really hear God? I remember one time I was like, is God punishing me? Because the time when I was working on presidential campaigns, and then people would be cursing me on social media because of it. So I'm like, is the curse working? So it wasn't, it was, I was sure, but the fact that you are sure is the right decision doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had doubt, but I never wavered. So even if I always tell people, doubt and faith should stay at the same time. Even Jesus had doubt. He asked his Father to take the cup out of him. This is Jesus. This is God. God that came to this world. And even God is doubting what God came to do on the world. So if God can have doubts, then who
are we?
So the point is that it's not that you are not going to have doubts, but that you must stick with the thing you know to be true, even when you have doubts. Building companies, yes, I've always been my vision. I write in the book that I'm an accidental entrepreneur. If I was in America or somewhere, I don't know if I would be an entrepreneur. But there were visions I had, and I knew that in the way Nigeria is designed, I needed business to do it. So I used to tell my staff, when I started running my company, I was going to retire at the age of 40. And they didn't believe it because there are no role models for it. And I think this man is just trying to motivate us so that we can stay in his company.
What kind of vision is that?
Exactly. So even when I left, they didn't believe it. Wow. And also because I'm very hands-on as a leader. So if I'm doing something, I do it with all my strength. So even if I don't enjoy it, if I've decided, like I don't enjoy running companies. I like setting up the company. I don't like running it.
Okay.
So because of the energy with which I run it, people think I enjoy doing it. So they thought, you can never leave it. This thing enjoys it so much. But no, but even leaving, I plan to leave at 40. But this thing happened at 31, because I just knew that, I just heard that I knew that it was time to go. And it's the best decision I ever made in my life. Also, I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm, but it's what it is. One of the things I love is if when the work I do creates stars, you know,
Yeah, everybody loves that.
yeah, exactly.
It's a legacy.
Yes. So one of the beautiful things, it's like the CEO of Red now. When I was talking to him the other day, I just like, you've surpassed my expectation. You know, he's built Red into one of the top 2 PR companies in the country.
Wow.
It's definitely, steadily. And I'm just like, how I'm proud of myself that I discovered the gifts of this person. And it's not that I'm not the one that put the gift in the person. I just discovered and supported it. So it's something about that makes me proud. So founding companies and handing over to people, especially young people around my age, it happened accidentally at 31,
Yeah.
but has become one of the most important things that I do with my life.
I like that. Let other people contribute their own
Yes. Quota, yes.
creativity, their own
Yes.
thing. I
Yeah.
like that. That makes a lot of sense. If you had not gone through depression,
Yeah.
okay, who do you think you will be now?
That's so powerful. And that's why I say depression saved my life. Now, the work I was doing before was important work, was good work. The Future Awards, Why Niger, the Future Project, all of that. But it wasn't the thing I truly wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't the thing I really, really, really wanted to do. It was that I liked impact, and I thought there was a way I'm supposed to be in the world. There's a way I'm supposed to do my work in the world. Depression was a thing that made me do what I really want to do. So I said to people that I would go to conferences, I would do the networking I needed to do. I would, I would do panels that I didn't really enjoy because I thought that's what I need to do to succeed as a young person. I would spend time with people I didn't like, especially politicians, because
You were in the mix
they're in the
somehow.
mix,
You
it's
found
my
yourself
job.
there.
Yes, and I thought I had no choice.
Okay.
I thought because I wasn't doing anything wrong or unethical or illegal, I just wasn't enjoying it. I thought I had no choice. I've been in Abuja with ministers.
Wow.
I've been in their offices. I didn't like it. I wanted somebody else to do it. But I thought I had to do it because I'm the CEO. But because I got depressed, because everything's collapsed, and all those things couldn't help me. So when you've lost everything, you rebuild your life, by yourself. So I now realized that, and I also realized that, I do something called the Joy Retreat every year where I teach people all these principles. And at the last one, and every time we do it, the first day, we do a meditation on death.
Okay.
So I said, any of us can die at any time.
Very, very true.
The fact that we reject it in Jesus' name doesn't mean that it's not going to happen.
Very true.
Because
it will happen when it will happen.
Because even the Jesus that you are rejecting it in his name also died.
At 30?
At 30.
Yeah, so what do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. At 30. So what do you
so
mean?
Who are we?
Yeah, so I realized that I became more comfortable with death. And I said, is this the kind of life I want to live? What if I die tomorrow? I want to do what I truly came to this world to do.
To be fulfilled.
To be fulfilled. So if I hadn't gone through depression, there would be no With Chude. This book would literally not exist. There would be no The Joy Retreat. There would be no all the things I have done since 2019 to date would not have happened if I hadn't gone through depression. And more than that, I would not be as incredibly happy.
I like that.
As I am today.
And
If that hadn't happened, yes.
That is amazing. And that peace that comes
Yes,
within
yes.
is
priceless.
everything.
It's priceless.
Is everything.
Yes.
Is everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were before this question you mentioned that you had a bad press or something.
Yeah.
There was one time on social media people used to talk about this
Yes,
and
yes,
that,
yes,
this and
yes,
that.
yes, yes, yes.
But simply maybe because you supported a politician.
Yes, that's it.
So I'd like to ask you this: Would you do it again? Do you think you can still do it in this?
That's a good question. I
Come
don't
on.
like to lie. If I found a candidate that deeply, truly excited me,
Okay.
I would do it. If I found a candidate, because I think I've stepped away from politics, but not because there's anything wrong with politics. We need politics. Barack Obama was a politician. Nancy Pelosi was a politician. Is a politician. Nelson Mandela was a politician. Paul Kagame was a politician. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Yakubu Gowon. So there's nothing wrong with politics. It just wasn't. Two things happened. It just wasn't the mission I wanted to do anymore. And secondly, I didn't find anybody that excited me. The last political campaign I ran publicly, I loved it. I enjoyed it. It gave me
An
such
experience.
joy. It was a great experience to do a national change election. So one is because I'm doing work that excites me in another direction. But also, I've not really found. I found candidates that I voted for. I believe in voting. So I vote. I vote. Once again, my quotas card, I vote. But I've not found a candidate that I want to pour myself into. And I'm going to be a bit arrogant in saying this, but when it comes to political strategy and political communication, I have a very rare gift for it. I don't want to put that gift in service of anyone that's not truly deserving of it.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. You know who you're working for.
So that's it. But I would, if I found that candidate that excited
you
me,
will do it again.
Absolutely,
it's good to put your eggs where in the positive side.
Yeah.
So you spoke about a heartbreak in 2015.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the season? Can we just?
You're the first person I really asked about that heartbreak.
Even when you started you spoke about it.
Yes.
So I'm just curious. I really want to know about it.
So I will talk about it without really giving details because people are always fishing around. So is it that person that was with you at this time? So what happened was I had been going through some childhood trauma that I had when I was younger, and I explained in detail in the book. Somebody who was very close to me had said something very hurtful to me. So throughout my life, unconsciously, I'd been trying to prove to it made me not feel loved or not feel. That's not the word because I was loved. It made me not feel lovable. So if people are loving you, but you don't believe it, you keep looking for love.
It's not trust issues.
No, it's not trust. No, it's not trust. It's not trust. It's really that I didn't feel adequate. I didn't
feel
like
enough.
I didn't feel like I was enough. And so each time I would enter into a relationship, I would enter into a relationship. I will be waiting for it to make me happy. If it didn't make me happy the way I wanted, I would think, something is wrong. Maybe the person doesn't love me enough. Or maybe I want to go into the next relationship.
Okay.
So in 2015, I had a beautiful relationship, incredible human being. And I had it, now when I think about it, men can be stupid. Because now when I think about it, I'm like, this was a gift from God that I had. But then we had a fight, and I'm like, no, this is not it, Joe. Maybe, we should try again.
Someone else come again.
Yes, and because the relationship was so good and so happy, when I broke up, I missed it. I missed it. So I was already in that space. And then because relationship was my drug, so I would hate being alone. So I break up, I enter. I break up, I enter. I break up, I enter. Sickness. It's sickness.
It is. Yeah, it's not so normal.
So
it's not normal, but people do it.
Yeah, people do it. I used to do it. That's it. No, you're on point. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm sorry.
I call it madness in the book.
Yes.
I call it an unbroken loop of madness.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yes.
Wait. Exactly. Easy.
That's the translation. That's the translation.
Yeah.
Unbroken loop.
I'm telling you, it keeps going on.
Yes, it keeps going on. And so, so I broke up. I was feeling lonely. Within 1 month, I entered into another relationship.
Wow.
Now, this relationship, again, great human being. We're all growing. This relationship was hellfire. So it's that the universe said, we gave you peace. You do not want it, Abi.
It's karma now.
Now
in form of karma.
Yes.
Karma came in form of human.
It was fighting every day. It was horrible. But I now know what I call my self-esteem was down. And my life was going well in other areas, so just this. And so when this person now broke up with me, it's like, if you're hiding something, maybe you are naked and you're hiding something, you just grab something, but the cloth is like shimmy. So you just put the shimmy on, but the shimmy is flimsy. So someone just holds you. I just hold the whole thing.
Don't tear up.
So that's what happens. Like I'm trying to hold myself.
But then you keep falling apart. Okay.
So when the person broke up with me, when this thing happened,
you just
as if I was destroyed.
Okay.
So I couldn't cope. I was in business school in Kenya. Went with my classmates. And my class rep, I went to him and I said, on day 5, I said, I cannot do it anymore. I'm sick. He said, what is this sickness? I said, heartbreak.
I'm sure you wonder what is happening.
This was a serious matter. So I went back to Nigeria, to Lagos. And when I got back to Lagos, you have a girlfriend and then you're smelling her perfume everywhere. In the room, I'm like, I've been
No.
So I didn't know that
you're
it was
a very deeply emotional person.
Yes. So my therapist said it's called an olfactory memory. So yes. So that's when I knew. So when I was miserable, so my friend who was a medical student, so you have to go and see a therapist. So I went to see a therapist. That was the heartbreak. It was really tough. Oh. I'm thinking I've not even entered the story deeply because I'm just thinking, because now I've learned a lot of things. Maybe I'm different.
You're more
now,
matured now.
Yes, exactly. But then I just felt like you are trying to prove to yourself that you are adequate, that you are enough. And then, because that thing you are now trying to use to prove it now scatters. So now you are not confirmed to yourself that you are not enough.
No, this is me.
So that was it was incredibly rough. I lost my identity. I lost my sense of self. Those were terrible times.
I can imagine. I just feel that some people they break easily.
Yes,
That's what I
yes,
feel. I
yes,
feel
yes,
people,
yes.
some
Some of
people
us,
break
yes,
easily.
yes.
We have our strength when it
Yes.
comes to love. Because you
Yes.
see some people, they go through heartbreak
Nothing.
and nothing.
They
They
keep
just be
matching
like
up.
dead, yeah. But let me honest with you. I
Yeah.
think deep down when they get into their bedroom,
Yes,
they break.
I think so too.
They break.
I always
It's
say
just that they don't show you. They don't talk about
they
it.
know how to keep moving.
Yes, and Nigerians don't go to therapists,
Yes,
but is it that these Gen Zs,
Yes.
they don't go to therapists
They
like the way I'm
don't.
thinking?
Let me tell you, Gen Z worries me for two reasons. Gen Z talks a lot about mental health, but don't actually do the
I mean,
things to help
podcast is
their
our
mental health.
therapist.
Well, maybe, but maybe.
I've been talking about it in our therapy. As Africans, we need to.
Maybe. But
because
Gen Z doesn't.
which-
Therapists, the traffic to therapists has not increased. So that's one big thing. I will say that this is how you know Gen Z talks a lot about vulnerability, and I love my Gen Z. My company is full of Gen Z people. Gen Z talks a lot about vulnerability, but Gen Z is actually not vulnerable. And I give it as an example.
Could it be the African thing in them?
No, it's not Africa. It's that social media has made it more important to present a perfect self. Yeah? People are schooled to prevent. You have to curate. It's like this year. It's with struggle. So this year, when I discovered all the things that people have to do on their social media, I know that's not the angle. This is not the angle. You have to have a personal content creator. No, not that. I'm just like,
what is going? Why are we like this?
this is a lot of work. I'm like,
I'm telling you.
So I start asking because
did
I've
we
been
get
celebrating
here
this
again?
year. So when this year I'm celebrating 40 years and 25 years in media.
Oh,
So when they
really?
did,
Congratulations,
thank you.
though.
When they gave me the cloth budget, I was like, is this what these young people have been spending on costume? Is this the amount? So I'm just like, I felt sorry
The
for
photo shoot took off.
Yes. So you have to do photo shoot before you leave. So you are done on the red carpet. You did the photo shoot 1 week ago.
Oh my goodness.
So that they can edit
Yes,
the
now.
picture.
Yes,
And
now.
I'm just like, this is a lot of pressure.
It's a lot.
So Gen Z are born into this. This is their life. This is what they know. So, but I just say this is how you know that Gen Z is not vulnerable. When I was starting my career in 2000, I had two women, Yinka, I forget her surname, and Rolake Akinkugbe, who went on TV speaking about openly living with HIV. Openly, they could talk about it. They're using it to encourage
Way
people.
back then.
In 2000, we interviewed them on You Don't Before Me on that.
goodness.
And I say, can you find, and they were celebrities, can you find one Gen Z that is speaking openly about living with HIV?
Now?
Now.
There's one guy like that.
Right.
On social
But if
media.
are there any known?
No, I don't think
exactly.
that. And they have.
No, they've not. That's what I'm saying.
Do you think some have?
And there's, of course,
Like,
there's-
did they have
there's
HIV?
There's a HIV epidemic in the country.
I know,
And it's even
I heard
gotten
about
worse since Donald Trump and USAID cancelled the supply of antiretroviral drugs and condoms and all of that to Nigeria. So now, because those drugs are very expensive, and young people used to get them free from Population Council and others. Now we have young people who are not taking their drugs, who are having active sex. So there's a crisis. So there's the original crisis, and there's now the new crisis that must come because there is no other access to healthcare. And yet, in a generation where the numbers are multiplying,
No one is coming to talk about
that
it.
that shows you that there's no permission to be vulnerable. There's no permission to be truthful. Young people have to be perfect. And it makes me feel so much empathy. And you say, my job is social media. So people say, don't be controlled by likes. But I'm like, you cannot tell a young person not to be controlled by likes if likes is their business.
That's how they eat.
If that's how they eat, if they're an influencer, they need to get likes and engagement. Then they have to get likes and engagement. Unfortunately, that kind of career is hard on the spirit because it means that you are daily looking for validation. At least before, in Nollywood, if you did a movie, you will first do the movie, they will edit, then they will do premiere, and so before you even get the judgment of the public, it will take like
I'll
long
say
time.
years.
But now, as a creator, as an
Immediate.
influencer, every day,
Immediately attack you.
so they have to be perfect.
Oh my goodness.
So I
It's
feel
lot of
a
pressure.
lot of empathy for Gen Z, a lot.
I mean, that's man, I don't even know where to start. Even now, when they shoot the movie, they still have to do content to
For
promote
the movie. They don't have to do reaction video to the movie that they created content.
Goodness.
It's so much work.
It's so much work.
It's
I
really,
know,
and it's not,
I
when people
know.
say young Gen Z is on social media, I'm like, no, it's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
They were born into it. In any case, if you're blaming anybody, you should blame the generation before, because who created the social
Are
media?
you blaming generation
Because
before?
who created the social media that these young people are struggling with? Who raised the children that are not resilient?
Is it the millennials or millennials?
Yes,
What do you
it's
call
the
it?
millennials, yes, millennials first.
They did it.
So it's like whatever happened, you have to. I feel sorry because the Gen Z don't even know the mess, the psychological and emotional mess that this constant striving for perfection, this constant presenting of a false self, and to be rewarded for it. You know, people will enter an event, they cannot even enter the red carpet because they are worried that there is a blemish. And I'm like, this is
I feel they don't want. I just feel that people just don't want to think about things these days. That's what I just feel. They just say, okay, like I don't want to attack. I just want to leave it that way.
Yes, but
I don't want to go into it.
But this is because their minds are busy. Let me explain. If you woke up in the morning in 2002, before you will get external information to your body, you have to go to work.
Yes.
Now, if you wake up in the information 2002, you have 5,000 people.
If you wake up when
speaking to your,
please, if
into
you wake up, what time are you waking up?
Anytime.
If you wake up to go and pee,
Yes,
in
you
the
pick up
middle
your
of it,
phone.
you will get this information that you're about to tell me.
Exactly. So people's minds, like, you know, you see people with their phones. They are scrolling.
Doing so many things.
So they are moving between TikTok and Snapchat and YouTube. And
Facebook,
I'm
Facebook.
like, when do you have time to think? When do you have time? So people's minds are, it's not their fault. They don't know what they are dealing with. Their minds are full.
I think for your peace, sometimes, I think you should just ignore something.
You have to. But people don't know. Because these tools are also very addictive. They are designed. Social media is more addictive in some research than nicotine in cigarettes. Social media is not a tech tool. These social media companies have behavioral psychologists.
Yes, they do.
Professors from Harvard and Stanford and people, you know, professionals, intelligence people from Langley and others who are helping to build tools that will keep you scrolling.
Yes, they do.
I think if you're looking at Netflix, for instance, Netflix is designed so that when you're looking at the movie on top, you can see the movie under.
Yes. Sometimes the one they will bring, there's no way you will want. They know what you like. Yeah, just saying. Yes.
People are until people know, which is why sometimes
be aware.
You have to be aware that somebody is hijacking your mind.
So please,
you need to go and collect your
go
mind
and
back
heal
from those people.
And go and heal.
Yes, I'm going.
Thank you so much. That is very, very that's a very important point. Thank you very much for that. Now I'd like to know. Oh, your fans out there would like to know. What about love? Are you seeing anyone now? And if yes, are there plans for marriage, for children?
There are no plans for anything.
What?
we are following God. As God is telling us what to do.
That? Is it because you've had a heartbreak?
No, you said that planning with God is the best.
I know.
Yes, so as God has not said anything yet, we are following God.
Are you saying there's nobody now?
I don't have, so the way I live my life now, I don't plan anything. Yeah, I don't plan anything. Yeah.
Say that.
Yes.
Okay.
And when people say things like, oh, time is going, I say, for who?
Am I not the one in this
Am I not the one in this thing? For who? Do you know what I want? Do you know what my desires are? So I don't plan. So what I mean that by no plan is that I'm not in a place thinking, oh, I have to do it. Like everything that's happened in my life, when it is time, I will just know.
You know, even getting to that stage where you have to think about death.
Yes.
You will know that there's no point planning for anything in life. If it happens, fine. It happens.
I tell people that, anyway, I don't want to go deep into it, but it's just if people think the way we think about life. You know, we're talking about Africa. The way we think, the way we think about life. We think
that way. After this is the next one, the next one, the next one.
And it's just a succession.
It doesn't work like that for everybody.
It doesn't work like that for everybody, and it wasn't working like that for the people that told us to do it like that.
So are we going to do it like that?
Do it like that. So there's nothing wrong with I love marriage. I love kids. I have friends who are in happy marriages. You know, I'm a godfather to so many.
Are they many? Because you said marriages. Are they many?
No, I have friends who are in marriage. Like I have
I
married
know.
friends.
I'm just saying.
Yes, yes. So I have yes one.
So that means you have like 80% of your friends are in.
No, it's 50-50, Sha.
It's 50.
It's 50-50. And in my, I have like 5 best friends.
Okay.
And only one of them is married. In the best friends, is only one that's married. In the second sex, so we are bad influences on each other.
Well, it depends on how they see it, though.
Yes. No, but we're happy, and it's not because I guess it's not because there's anything wrong with marriage. I see the beauty, the necessity of marriage. It's good to have a partner for life. I see the necessity of children. It's good to connect deeply with another human being and care for. So, like I said, it's not I don't want to have. No, it's that when it is time, I will know.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I like that. Thank you very much today. You've been amazing.
Thank you. This has been amazing.
Yes, thank you. We'd like to go to the next segment, which is Dear Aunty Ayo. Yes. I am going to read out the letter, and then you give us your advice. Dear Aunty Ayo, I was married and deeply committed to my husband. During that time, I became emotional and sexually involved with his brother. It was a secret relationship, and eventually it ended. Years later, my husband passed away. According to family tradition, the brother was expected to marry me. However, he refused. He openly fought the family over it and said he could not marry me because of what happened between us in the past. His exact fear was that if I could do that to his brother, I might do the same to him. What hurts deeply is that while we were together, he made me feel like I was the only woman in his life. I believed that what we shared meant something. Now he is planning to marry someone else. I feel confused, rejected, and deeply hurt. I don't want to stand for this injustice. Please, what do I do?
Injustice, Bao. So, first of all, it's empathy.
This person needs therapy. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to put mouth in this. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No. I mean, this is how let's say about human beings. All our feelings are valid. It doesn't mean that they are correct. So it's valid that this person feels hurt by somebody she trusted and all of that. So it's valid. Like it's normal to feel hurt.
Yes.
So that's fine. But there's nothing here that is an injustice. Yeah. The man is as much a mess as she has been. Yeah. He was in this situation, cheating on his brother with his brother's wife, so he cannot claim to not claim a moral high ground. However, she has to take the consequence of showing him that she is not somebody to be trusted. Do you understand? Whether he too is not somebody to be trusted is irrelevant. She has shown him. So if she too has sense, she's not even be with a man that can be sleeping with his brother's wife. Do you understand?
I think you're a genius. I need to confirm that. I'm sure a lot of people have told you that. No, for real. I'm not even joking now.
Thank you.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So what she should do is just leave that entire mess behind and be grateful to God that he refused to get involved with her. She can build a new life with someone that has sense.
And be praying that Karma does not find you.
I think Karma has already found her.
Karma does, because what you did to that other guy, Abba.
Yes.
Well, you know.
She can find healing. Therapy, whatever it is,
he has
and move on
therapy,
with her
obviously.
Life. There's not any energy she spends trying to punish this man. She will only be punishing herself. She'll just perpetuate the unhappiness. She should just let it go and move forward.
Thank you, Chude. I know you wrote a book on depression.
Yes.
Can you just?
Yes, so it came out last month.
Okay.
And I'm just now talking about it because it was a crazy month when it came out. But all the stories I've shared, the childhood trauma I dealt with, being unhappy, falling into depression despite the success, considering suicide, and how all of that helped me get to a place now. It's all of that is the depression that led to my show. So I tell that entire story. And especially for young people who have a sense of what happiness means, I show with my life, And, some of the things that young people want to achieve, I've achieved some of them: money, position, I've gone across the world. And then still, I didn't find my happiness from that. So this is good for them. It's also great for accomplished people, because they are the ones that people that are high achieving, but they feel that same emptiness or loneliness, or they're at a point in their life where they are confused or they want a change. This book is for them. So it shows how the darkest moment of my life led me to the greatest joy of my life.
This is amazing.
How depression saved my life.
I'm going to take one of these books.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not big on reading, but because like you said, people read. Some people, you mentioned some people that needs to read this. I think everybody needs to read.
Yes, I do think so.
Yes, they need to read it. So I won't mind having one.
Okay,
but then you give me discounts.
You will get it.
At this point, you are going to ask me just one question.
Nobody, I'm ready for you.
Yes, please be nice. because once you have you did it. You got all the emotions out of me. But now, please be nice. So just ask simple. In fact, maybe I should just leave this.
No, it can never.
I should
We are
leave
going
these
to.
questions
We are
I'm
going to do it.
ask.
It is going to be done.
Okay. So please just ask me one question so that I can answer and go, Cheche.
Right. Actually, it's a positive question. If you're 30 years been in the industry, but you're still very relevant in it. So imagine that me, a young man who used to watch you growing up, and then now I'm 40, and I'm doing interviews for my show, for my book, and I still can come on your show. You are still relevant in the moment. What is the one thing that you have done the most that has enabled you to still be relevant over 3 decades?
Thank you very much. At least
There was nothing to be afraid of.
it's a breathe. I can take a breather
It was
now.
a good question.
Thank you very much for that question. What? It's just God.
Yeah.
It's God. God has been so good to me. Because actually, this vision, there was a fasting in my church. So and I said, God, just tell me something else I could do. I need direction. I need to do something aside movies, I need something I can do and be in control of, and I got the vision. I should do, have interviews with people, talk about domestic violence. Actually, that was in that direction. I should do things like that,
Because we were doing Aunty Ayo before then on YouTube. That was like just advice without the interview.
No.
Is that the okay?
No,
I thought I saw
never.
some episodes of like
No,
okay,
no.
it was movies that were on your page.
The movies on my page,
yes.
and I did. There was this thing I did where I used to be a delivery person.
Right. Okay,
Not even I never do.
yes.
I used to do deliveries then, but then it was a little tough for me.
Right.
You can imagine a 60-year-old man, almost 60-year-old man riding, the
motorcycle,
bike.
yes.
Yeah, so the energy I couldn't just
Keep it up.
Yes. So and I said, God, just give me direction. Just tell me something to do. And it just came, and I'm like, okay, let me start it. And I did. So I don't want to say I've been lucky. It's not luck. It's God.
It's God.
It's
not
God.
luck.
God has been so good to me.
God, yeah.
Because sometimes you just need inspiration. You just need something. You need a movement. You need a direction. And God just opened my eyes and said, "Go this way." Let's see how it comes. And so far, so good. I mean, with the likes of you coming on my show, you don't know. It actually means a lot to have you on this show.
I'm very glad.
And I like your spirit.
Thank you.
Sincerely, some people won't come simply because of pride or what have you. They'll be like, no, I was coming to but you came and this is amazing.
Thank you. This is amazing.
He's giving me that push again. I'm seeing things in a positive light. Like things could actually be like this. If a lot of people can be like you, I think the world would be a little better.
Thank you.
I'm not saying it to make your head soft, but that's something you have that you should carry it. You should continue with. And I know that you've not even started.
Amen.
You're going.
Amen.
Thanks for coming.
Amen.
And with that, I have a little gift. It's little.
Yes, no.
It's very little.
We love gifts.
He love gifts.
I love gifts.
You love gifts,
Yes.
I'm sure these gifts, I know you would have had plenty.
No.
But by the time you pick this gift, you'll be remembering and living life in
Aunty
Adesanya
Ayo,
all the time
yes.
because it's boldly
Written on it.
and that is you.
Oh, I love that. I
Thank
didn't even
you
see
so
that part.
much. That is you.
Right.
And thank you for coming to our
Thank
show.
you so much
and we
for
have
having
this
me.
token
Thank you.
for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
It's
so
lovely.
much. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for coming. And with that, we have come to yet another wonderful episode. We talk Tequila Day. At the end of it all, you have made it. You have made us understand that you can overcome depression. You can overcome depression. And I hope that you will pick a copy of this book. I'm going to read it, and I'll still talk about it, once in a while. So please just pick up a copy of can I have it? How Depression Saved My Life. Just pick it up, and I'm sure you will be glad. It will help you. It will help you. Yes. And like I said, we've come to the end of this amazing show, Real Life with Aunty Ayo. Please subscribe to our channel. Like, comment. I love to read from you. I usually just read it one after the other. So please, and I will respond. So please just comment and share. Share to people, let them watch it. You will learn a thing or two. Trust me, you will, and you will heal. You will heal. So thank you for being a part of this show. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.